everybody, welcome to my channel All Stitched Up. I am Beth, and today is Wednesday, but I really wanted to do a Truth Tuesday this week, and yesterday was the holiday, so I didn't get an opportunity to, so I'm going to do it today. I'm sorry, I'm sweaty, I'm hot, I just turned the air conditioning on, I just brought in a bunch of groceries, and yes, bringing in the groceries makes me sweat. We're in a different room today, we're in my kitchen. I didn't even feel like being cooped up in my office today. So, I wanted to really, my son is in the room, so he might come in for a second. But today I just kind of really wanted to touch base with everybody. I feel like I've kind of fallen off the face of the planet as per normal. And it's just been really stinking busy lately. My husband quit his 9-to-5 and started his own company, and that has been going now for, gosh, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, excuse me, 3 or 4 weeks, and it's been going really good, but we are really busy. Like, he's doing the outside portion, which is like the using your muscles part. Oh my gosh, I even have underarm sweat. I am so sorry, people. Whew. So he's doing the muscle part, and I'm doing the inside part, and it has been really busy, really busy. Plus, I mean, I even have my own side business, so I do the jewelry sales as well. So I've been doing that. My son's getting ready to start school next month, so when you have a child that has special needs, I can't talk for any other special needs. I can only talk for when you have a child with autism, but we've got evaluations to do, the physical, which every kid has to do before they start school. All sorts of things just have to get ironed out. I'm really sorry. I had coffee. All those things have to get ironed out before we could start school. So lots of appointments. This last couple days, we got my husband's granddad moved into assisted living. So today is the first day in the house without him. And I think that's really kind of what I really wanted to talk about. So Reg, a few weeks back, he had a stroke, and luckily he was in the car passengering. I was in the car driving. We were running errands, and I just noticed that something was weird, like it was off. He wasn't as chatty as normal. And I went to stop at Chick-fil-A, run inside, go get some lunch for all of us, and as I was getting out of the car, I was like, "Do you want anything?" And he didn't look at me, which is weird, because this man plus food equals always answering. And then I asked him again, I'm like, "Hey, Reg, would you like something to eat?" And he like slowly turned his head towards me, and it was kind of shaking, and he went to talk and couldn't talk. Like, sound came out, but it was just like he couldn't move his mouth. And I was like, "Reg, squeeze my hands." So I went to have him squeeze my fingers, and he couldn't even lift his arms up. So I grabbed one of his hands and I put it on my hand, and I was like, "Squeeze my hand." And it was just like nothing. So I drove super fast. Luckily, we were up in another town that has like a really centrally located hospital, because if we would have been here, the hospital is like way far away. I apologize. I'll apologize every time I yawn. It's pretty far from our house. So I literally was going 65 in a 40 the whole way to the hospital. And I was so glad, thank you, I almost said Jesus, my husband says Jesus, thank you, Jesus, that I didn't get pulled over, because I wouldn't have stopped. Like, I would have just went to the hospital. So we got to the hospital, and by the time we got to the hospital, he couldn't walk. So me and 2 nurses pulled him out of the car. We went into the emergency room, and I would say like within an hour or 2 hours, he had his speech back, and his mobility was coming back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some caffeine. Okay, hopefully crisis averted. So he eventually started getting all his faculties back, but his mind, it just wasn't It wasn't the same. Like, normally during a week, he might call me Christy once. And Christy is his wife that passed away a few years ago. But from that moment till this moment, I've been called Christy way more times than I'd like to admit. I've even been called Ruth, which was his first wife, who passed away like 40 years ago. I've even had him ask me questions about our children, again, thinking that I'm Ruth. So that was just really hard. I mean, physically he got back to normal, but mentally it just was not the same. We had actually already started the assisted living process before this happened, so we weren't putting him or sending him or him moving to assisted living because of that. We were already in the process. Caretaking is hard, and I'll be the first to admit it. Like, I did it for 3 years with him. Plus, you guys know, if you watch my channel, my son has autism. I mentioned it earlier. So it was a lot, and I am not ashamed to admit that I could only handle it for so long, taking care of 2 people with extreme needs. So Reg had actually brought up going to assisted living, like maybe 4 months ago. And I just got the ball rolling. We went and toured a lot of places. We found a place. We were on the waiting list, and then the room came available. So my husband and I moved him this last Monday, and we moved him officially in yesterday. We moved his stuff in Monday, except for his bed. And then Tuesday we moved his bed, and we moved him. And I was so nervous. Like, caretaking is not for everyone. Some days I could rise above and I could be the one that I needed to be, and then some days I could literally not even take care of myself. So to the people out there who do caretaking, my hat's off to you. That shit's hard. But even though it's hard, I still was so apprehensive the day we started moving him in, because it's literally like you're sending your child to school for the first day in the middle of a semester, and it's a new school and they don't know anybody. Like, I was so nervous. Like, my whole thing was, I just want him to make friends. And that really was the thing. I just wanted him to make friends. So we moved him in, and I asked him, I'm like, are you okay? Are you nervous? He's like, I'm a little nervous. And I was like, I am too. I was like, but, you know, I'm just down the road. Like, we literally like 5 miles away. I was like, I'm just down the road. If you need me, just call me, and I will come to you as fast as possible. So then when we got there, they had a big lunch. They always have like a lot of food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They like to have variety. So they sat him down for lunch, and he was happy. I could tell, like I said, food is the way to this man's stomach. Or food is the way to this man's heart. Of course it's the way to his stomach. And then afterwards, they had a musician come in, and she played piano, and she sang like a bunch of old like Americana songs and like Yankee Doodle and things like that. And he was sitting there snapping. I've known that man for 11 years. I have never seen him snap his fingers before. Ever. And he was sitting there snapping. And then every once in a while he was clapping, and he was like just kind of going along with the music. And in my heart, I felt so good, because I knew that this place was going to be so good for him. They're going to have people that he can talk to that are his age. He has a very nice room. It's private. He has his own bathroom. They have a dining room. They'll feed him. They'll clean for him. They'll do his laundry. They'll help him with his meds. And they have activities. And it's just like, I was so scared for nothing. I mean, it's just that fear of the unknown, I guess. But, and like the people were welcoming, like the ladies, it literally, okay, it's a small facility. They have, like 10 or 11 residents, 1 man, and then granddad. The rest are ladies. So it's seriously like every man for himself at this place. But the ladies were funny. They were like, you can come sit with us. And he's like, all right. So I think he's going to make friends. But my heart was just nervous. So nervous. But that, I mean, now that he's moved, you know, we can focus on our family. We haven't lived as a family, just me, my husband, and my son, for 3 years. Like, we've had Reg, and a little while we had my brother, and so like we've been taking care of people for like the last 3 years, and so it's kind of nice to like get back to basics, I guess. And I'm excited for the next chapter. I'm excited for the next chapter for Reg too, because now our time is going to be more quality. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to be doing some house remodeling because he was very resistant to change, which we totally understand. He liked things where he put them, and that's fine. We got it. But now, you know, we've lived here for several years, and we'd like to look like we live here. So we're going to be making our stamp on this house. Yeah, and that was really it. Like, I needed to get that off my chest and talk to you guys about it. I will probably have another video either later today or tomorrow. I do have a kid box, and I'm really excited about that. So, or kid box. I do not have a damn kid box. I have a puzzle pack, people. The yawning may have stopped, but the brain is still deprived. I'm sorry. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for accepting my hiatuses, and thank you for the people that subscribe when I'm not posting videos. I appreciate you guys so, so much. So yeah, I'll have a puzzle pack box. At the end of the week, I'll have a Stitch Fix box. So yeah, I'm just really excited to try and get back in business with you guys and stay in contact with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your time doing whatever it is you're doing, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.